Get the scoop on the Reserve Bank of India's recent decision to extend Deputy Governor T. Rabi Sankar's tenure. Discover Sankar's pivotal roles in managing currency, external investments, payment systems, and more at the RBI. Dive into his extensive career spanning over 3 decades. From his beginnings in 1990 to his current leadership position. Explore the significance of his continued presence in shaping India's monetary policies and financial landscape. Today's next news is, the Employees Provident Fund Organization has announced an increased interest rate of 8.25% for Provident Fund deposits in the financial year 2023 to 2024. Up from 8.15% in the previous year. Members anticipate higher returns compared to financial year 2023. The Employees Provident Fund Organization assures full payment without loss of interest. Addressing concerns on social media. Stay tuned as we delve into the implications and updates on the interest allocation process. Today's next news is, despite a 3% drop in total exports, the pharmaceutical industry of the country saw a significant rise of 9.67% in exports, totaling $27.9 billion United States dollars in 2023-24. March alone witnessed a 12.73% surge, reaching $2.8 billion United States dollars. The sector's resilience is evident, especially with the top 5 export markets including the US, UK, Netherlands, South Africa, and Brazil. Explore the factors behind this remarkable growth in the industry's outlook in our detailed analysis. Today's next news is, Union Minister Kiran Rijiju's suggestion to relocate over 60,000 Chakma Hajong refugees from Arunachal Pradesh to Assam has ignited a heated debate on the Citizenship Amendment Act. Assam's Chief Minister, Himanta Biswa Sarma, swiftly clarified that no discussions have occurred between the centre and Assam regarding this matter. Rijiju's comments, made amidst his re-election bid, tout Citizenship Amendment Act effectiveness in denying citizenship to foreigners or refugees in Arunachal Pradesh. Today's next news is, despite reports of foreign portfolio investors facing scrutiny over securities violations related to Adani Group companies, Adani stocks continue to surge. The Adani conglomerate, including Adani Enterprises, Adani Energy Solutions, and Adani Ports and SEZ, saw consecutive session gains. Meanwhile, SEBI's investigation into foreign portfolio investors allegedly shorting Adani stocks and breaching investment limits adds intrigue. The conglomerate distances itself from these actions, emphasizing its resilience amid market challenges. Today's next news is, Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasizes the urgent need for resilient infrastructure to combat increasing frequency and severity of natural disasters. In a message to the International Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, Modi stresses that the true impact of these disasters extends beyond monetary losses to affect individuals, families, and communities. He underscores the importance of integrating resilience into infrastructure development and post-disaster reconstruction efforts to safeguard lives and enhance sustainability. Today's next news is, in a revealing address, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar sheds light on India's diplomatic stance post the 2008 Mumbai attacks, accusing the previous UPA government of inaction. He asserts India's pivotal role as a voice of the Global South, advocating for about 125 nations. Jaishankar emphasizes India's moral obligation to support post-colonial nations and underscores the importance of strategic infrastructure and military support for border defense. Today's next news is, economists, surveyed by Reuters, reveal that despite a projected robust 6.5% growth this fiscal year, India faces a critical challenge: rampant unemployment. The economy, growing faster than its peers, struggles to accommodate its burgeoning young population. Among 26 economists polled, 15 highlighted unemployment as the foremost challenge post-election, echoing citizens' concerns. Rural consumption, inflation, and poverty also feature, but unemployment takes precedence in shaping the government's economic agenda. Today's next news is, we delve into the recent dip in gold prices, marking the third consecutive session of decline. Factors contributing to this downturn include hedge funds scaling back their gold holdings amidst easing tensions in the Middle East crisis. Additionally, investors are eagerly awaiting key US economic data for signals on interest rates. UBS analyst Giovanni Stonovo provides insights into these developments, shedding light on the impact of reduced hedge fund allocations and the fading Middle East tensions. We also explore how the strengthening US dollar and rising treasury yields have influenced the appeal of gold as an investment option. Today's next news is, the government has authorized sugar mills to utilize 6.7 lakh tons of B-heavy molasses for ethanol production this year, reversing a previous ban. This decision, communicated by a senior food ministry official, aims to alleviate the excess stockpile of B-heavy molasses held by sugar mills since December 2023. The move, made in response to industry appeals, supplements the capped diversion of 17 lakh tons of sugar for ethanol production in the 2023 to 2024 supply year. The video discusses the implications of this decision on sugar mill finances and ethanol production.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Your support means the world to us. Stay tuned for our next upload, and until then, keep exploring, learning, and creating.